I love the idea of trying something new. Sometimes if I have four great options to do things, like let's say, no, I'm not gonna say guys.
Now this is interesting because now we're in real life. Like we've been recapping people, what happened in the past. But you truly don't know my new idea.
No, no, only
So
that you've
this is
got
going to
it.
be the first time you're hearing it if I tell it to you now,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
If I have four options, be like, do this, 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 and I want to do all of them, then if you're eventually going to do all of them, then it doesn't matter which one you're going to do it first. But maybe it does. That's kind of a hypocrite of me because I'm going with your heart, go with your flow. But if you have four amazing projects that are the same caliber across the room, across the table, then just kind of throw it up in the air and see which one lands. I'm all for that too. So
Fatelink is making a living case study out of building an independent feature film. Day by day, see the hopes, dreams, fears, and step-by-step process it takes to make a movie.
We hosted our final screenplay reading for A Place by the River in January of 2020. Right after that, I was down. I was low. I was depressed. I was feeling sorry for myself. I was feeling angry. I was feeling angry that, I'd been trudging this road on this project for 8 years and there's still no clear path forward. And then I've got, my friends telling me, let it go, do something else, let it go. And it was like, no, I don't want to let it go. I want to make this movie. But after I finally settled down and accepted it, I got a new idea. And it's really like somehow in the back of my mind, all the produceability and marketability concerns that were, going for the other movies, they must have been somehow taken into account by my creativity, because the idea that I had no car crashes, no 10 minutes of animation, no ancient India, none of it. Just a good story, simple but powerful, about one man's journey over 3 days in LA. So when you come up with a new idea, you're convinced that it's really great, but then you want kind of somebody else to validate it pretty soon after that. So I called this meeting with Daniel Board, Daniel Barilla, Jason Dax, to pitch them the new idea. And I used that meeting start time as my deadline to finish a 5-page treatment on the project. And I did that. And I went in there and I pitched them the movie. I told them scene by scene what happens, which is kind of the opposite of what I'm doing now, because I understand I'm being a little cryptic about what the new movie is about. But anyway, they liked it.
What's kind of attracted to me right now is this little film you have that can be done for under 200K.
There was a little tear with Daniel Barilla. Jason Dax was nodding. Daniel Bort was feeling like it was something he could sell. And I thought, this is it. I found it. I found the idea that I need to get my life together and my career together and move forward. And I was so happy about that.
I kind of think the timing on this is really, really kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm very hopeful.
That turned out to be the last meeting before the coronavirus shelter-at-home order. So that's how crazy this all was. And now I don't know what the coronavirus is going to do to all that. I don't know how we're going to handle the coronavirus completely. I don't think anybody really does. And I think if anybody tells you they know exactly how they're going to make a movie with coronavirus, they're not telling you the truth yet. But what I do know is that in the end, this coronavirus is not going to stop me from making this new movie, because I feel it in my bones that this is the right move and this is the right movie to make in 2020. So let's go over the criteria for this new idea and where it ranks with the others. Number one, quality. Quality-wise, I think I have my work cut out for me. I would rank it number 4 out of the 4 projects. And that's simply because I haven't spent as much time developing this property. Marketability, this film is a lot more accessible than any of the other films except for maybe The Widower. It's a real heart-driven film rather than kind of an art film or an intellect-driven film. Produceability-wise, this is by far the easiest film that I have to produce. This is 18 days. This is 3 weeks. You could even shoot 1 week and take a couple weeks off and shoot a second week. It's LA based. There's no car crashes, no animation, no big rigs. This is a simple story. I think producibility wise, this is by far the easiest, which is probably why my intuition said, you know what, let's go with this new idea. So there you go. In the end, I decided on a brand new idea.
It sounds moving, and I'm really excited to read it. And it's kind of like, ooh, like it's got chills to it. So I'm glad that you took my advice finally.
Yeah.
After all that.
I am excited too.
I can be very forceful in my advice. I freely admit. Thank you for listening.
No, but that's life, you know, and yeah.
But I think you have to have moments of understanding how to take the moment of the pause with grace. Like putting this down and going off and driving into that really fast. You know, I know I pushed for The Widower, and that I felt like it was more approachable to an audience more easily. And there was a built-in audience for it. It's a genre that everybody watches. It's got a little bit different, but I felt like it was less of an opus. To me, The Place by the River is your opus. And if we're looking at how opuses are done, the opus usually comes at the end of a lot of stuff. No one sits out right away, proposes something, and it's their opus. You look at what opus means, it's sort of a culmination of something, and having taken all of the experiences you have. And yes, you could make it, I'm sure, but I kind of feel like making it now versus making it when it's had a moment to breathe would be different films.
Next episode, where do ideas come from? How do you start?